your music, as I've gone through and listened to the last few albums, there's a lot of that life that surfaces in your music. So I'm curious what your story is of being comfortable with telling the world who you really were.
That never felt scary to me. Is that true? Hold on. I want to make sure I'm not lying. When I was a teenager, okay, you're going to hear the hilarious real story. Now, this is great. All right. So when I was a teenager, I had this theory. I knew what gay men were, although I did not understand, but I knew of okay, that man is kind of foppy and fabulous and he doesn't date girls. I hadn't done the extra math. There were not a lot of examples in the culture that I was exposed to know more of what that meant. Right. I thought Charles Nelson Riley from the game shows was amazing. And, but I just didn't have more than that. And when I thought I didn't have a word for lesbian, and I actually had this whole theory worked out in my head that men and women could be best friends and they got together to have kids, but they didn't really like each other a lot. And so all dudes went off with their best friends to drink beer and have their romantic relationships with them because that's how they do their male bonding. That's the whole dude thing. And all women went off with their best friends to have their lady romantic relationships. And that was just really natural and how everything worked. And then the couples, the man and wife, were just together to have their kids and be best friends and raise a household. And that's just how it worked. And I didn't think that anything had a separate name. And that's just how the world worked. That was my whole theory. And then I went to college and I understood. I learned very quickly that what I was talking about was not actually how it worked at all. And I mean, mind you, I knew my friends had romantic crushes on boys and stuff. I didn't think that that was verboten or never happened. I just didn't think it was that common. And I don't know how, I mean, I got those ideas because in my brain, it wasn't that common, right? The men that I saw that I was attracted to or thought were cute, that was always the exception to the rule. Whereas the girls, I was hi. My first crush was on Lily Tomlin in 9 to 5. I am not even going to front. I was can I watch that again?
That's good.
Can we watch that again? Dolly Parton's amazing. I love her, but Lily Tomlin, oh my God. Oh my God. So when I went to college and I realized, the gay, I realized that was me. And I was identified as bisexual for a long time because I had a male partner for about 7 years. And he was very supportive of me figuring out my gay and pursuing it down the road and really being comfortable with who I am. And I think that having that support network really allowed me to not be scared of who I was or being really stomp my foot, pay attention to me. I don't care if I am femme and look like a straight girl. I am not. And I am part of this community and you're going to make space for me. And for better or worse, I always had an experience where the gay men in the community of East Lansing and Lansing made a lot more room for me than the lesbians did. But there were a few that were really nice to me at the lesbian bar once or twice when I showed up in my hilarious goth new wave outfit and was why does everyone here look like they were just at a softball game? I don't know what to do. But it turns out they had just been at a softball game and they'd won. And I didn't know how to talk to them because my family's all sporty and I was I'm not that. And so I was all rejecting sportiness, but then there's all these wonderful sporty lesbians and I was I don't know what to do here. And so they were really nice because I was by myself because I didn't have anyone else to go with. And they came over and they're honey, we're going to get you a beer. And what are you looking for right now? And I was I just wanted to dance at a gay bar. I don't know what's going on. And they were okay, so you need to go to Club Paradise down the street and ask for this dude. He will be kind and introduce you to some people. You can hang out with us as long as you want, but I don't think that we're who you want to hang out with. And I was kind of looking around oh, is anyone cute? And I mean, I might want to hang out. But then I went to the other bar because they were all 15 years older than me. And when I was 20 with a fake ID, that was a lot. So I moved along.
I love it. Well, let me say your, I guess, ideal of what was going on before you understood the real world. Wouldn't we have a better world if everybody thought that way and that's how the world existed?
And actually lived that way?
Holy moly, that would solve a lot of problems.